more from over here. And those two are white. Alright. Oh, there's one over there too. Okay. We will go up the left side of the field when we come back. 259. So this should put us at 3. There's still a ton of bales left. And I don't need any vehicles, really. I don't need any new vehicles or equipment. So I can spend money on land. The question is then, what do I do with the land that I buy? Because we're really kind of getting outside of planting season. Come on, tractor, you can do it. Okay, turn that on, jump out of the cab. So yeah, if we, what was I saying? Planting season. That is planting season stuff. So in June, I can plant olives, not going to do that. I could plant poplar. I can plant grass. Well, I could just plant grass so that the fields are, what's the word for it? So the fields are productive for the rest of the year. And then come fall, I can plant an arable crop in them. I could go hog wild and plant poplars in them, buy myself a bio baler, because that'll just run behind any old piece of tractor that we have, and we can use this trailer to sell the bio bales. A possibility. And since we have been finding out all sorts of exciting things about poplar harvesting in Farm Sim 25, kind of might be worthwhile experiencing in Farm Sim 22 as well. Oh, get round that. Okay. Okay, 2 more, then we need 8 to fill the trailer. I'll start heading back. So maybe we will do some poplar, and maybe I'll do a vast swath of it. Okay, 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. That looks good. 1, 2. 3. And in the tractor. Hopefully I'll hit this one. Don't know. Hopefully it's good. Actually, we should know. Because it'll tell me I've got 28 bales on the back, 100% filled. So if I'm not going to produce milk until the babies are born, that might mean that it's going to be next year before we get the bakery in production. Do that, unload, let it all drop, reset. Am I confused about something? No, we made it to 350 or 300. That was our halfway to 400. Next full trailer will get us to 390. Now, if I do plant poplars, at least for now, I'm going to have to plant a tree planter, or buy a tree planter. I'm going to have to buy a lot of saplings. Okay, back on the cab and out of the cab even. Oops. Well, Mrs. Osa was thinking about we should get some little heaters, kind of like what they have in England, so we could warm up the basement for winter. So I can go down there and play trains. So I was actually thinking I could probably go down there and work on the model trains without necessarily heating the place up. The nice thing is our basement is, I think it's about 50 degrees all year round. So it's 90 degrees outside, it's 50 degrees in the basement. It's 17 degrees outside, it's 15 degrees in the basement. So it's not an uncomfortable place for me to work. Now for her, maybe. She kind of likes the warm weather, but I'm kind of okay with it. Okay, so how are we doing here? We do not have a full trailer left on the field now. So this will put us to 390. We'll have 400 by the time we've emptied this. And room for two, those two there. One, two, back in the cab. It's 9:20, 5, 9:44 in real life. How's the stream working at 9:05? So another nice thing about having the 2 monitors. I did get a new monitor this last week, so I am now not restricted to 60 frames a second when I am streaming. My old monitor was limited to 60, so that sort of hampered the new monitor. But yeah, that hampered the 1440p monitor which I play games on. So for Truck Sim, I'm getting 180 frames a second. From Farm Sim, I think Farm Sim's limited to about 135 by game. But I wasn't able to make that on that game or Railroader because of the second screen was only a 60 Hz screen. Now I've got a 180 Hz screen that matches the 1440 and costs quite a bit less than a 1440 monitor does. I'm hoping now that the FPS on games I'm playing is a little bit quicker. But we'll see about that later, I guess. I did notice Railroader does have some issues when you move the camera around quickly. Some of the grass texture lags, which it's not ideal. Okay, that one. But I haven't found a way to correct that. I dropped the quality down to high from ultra. I was hoping to bump it back up to very high, but it's not playing ball. Okay, back in the cab, and as I said, there should be 400. And we can put this away. I'll probably position the semi-truck to fill up from the silage bunker while we lime and spray the big field. I'm going to need some more spray, aren't I? Well, maybe. Yeah, definitely. I forgot to press that. Press it again, unload, press it again to reset, and in the cab we have 400,000 money. Yay me. Alrighty. So that was quite a lucrative field, and we'll get that every time now. So that's 300,000 we're making from this field every time we mow it, which will allow us to grow the farm land over the course of this year. Now, as I said, we won't have any milk until possibly around December, February next year. So I don't need to buy the dairy until then. Which is fine. And I'll be able to, I do need a silo here, a grain silo. Don't know where I'm going to put it, but I do need one. I'm thinking I might put it over where the rest of the silos are. Maybe a little bit, sorta, kinda. Alright, you're good there. Let's jump out and clean things off. So I don't think I need this tractor for a few months now. Not unless I start thinking about doing bale contracts. That said, I'm not going to be pushing for doing those anymore. I think we've done enough. Okay. Oops. I think that one has GPS in it. It does. Okay. Oh, I was going to fill the truck up. Yeah, we've got a good supply. Oops. Okay, that was the truck. Oh, I spilt some grass silage on the ground, so I needed to put it somewhere, so I loaded it in the back of this truck. And that is probably not going to run for long. I can turn the engine off. And we can leave that running for now. Oh. Leave the engine on. Alright, don't know that this is going to make the whole field, but hopefully it will improve the yield on it somewhat. That's set a 90. Actually, that's a good landing. Yeah, that's getting used up quite quick, but it is on auto. Yes. Yeah, this is sorely depleted. So it's gonna take a while. Get the entire field covered. Then I can spray it. Spraying is going to be a lot easier because grass doesn't need a lot of or very high nitrogen content. We'll do at least one headland. And then, yeah, we don't get this, and we don't get the bigger breedle for Farm Sim 25, which is a shame. I used it. In previous farms, I've not used this one, but it came up second, used, and was affordable, so I bought it. But I don't usually take this one. If I was going to do solid fertilizer spreading, then this one would support narrow wheels, and has done since FarmSim 17. The big one for FarmSim 17 and 19 only supported the wide wheels, which was fine, and I would use it purely for lime. So I'm never going to drive over a crop and destroy the crop. I'm just going out there with a lime spreader, usually before I plant anything, and just get the lime spread. Bigger capacity, I can be out for longer. So there was a benefit to using the big one for lime. But kind of since then, obviously this farm, I haven't seen a large bridle spreader on used equipment, so I haven't felt a need to do this one. And also typically I'm going out after every harvest and throwing lime on the field, so the actual lime usage that I'm seeing is very, very low. The idea is you should do it at least every third harvest. Is it at least or at most? I don't know, but you should do it at least every third harvest to keep your yield up, which for grass means you need to do it once a year. But for arable crops, it's every third year. But if you leave it that long, it's going to take a lot of lime to replenish the field. Grass can't be helped because you're cutting it 3 times a year. That is 3 harvests. But as I said, for an arable field, if you wait for the 3rd year, you're going to use a lot of lime that one application, and then you're not going to use any over the next 2 years. Or if you go out there and put lime on the field every year after the harvest, you're still using the same amount of lime total, but you're not using it all at once. So you can go with a smaller lime spreader and just get out there and throw down what's needed. And you don't have to do what I'm having to do now, which is drive back to the yard to get another load of lime. So I'll save off buying new land for a moment. There's one field's limed, another field might have crop in it. The problem with buying fields with crops in is the field condition is totally out of my control. Now, that's good. Okay, you're good. Let's jump out and see how much lime we have in this thing. 5,000. You know what? Let's buy 20 more thousand. That's probably a good idea. I should probably have filled it up first. No, I did. Yes. No, I didn't. Okay. Fill it up. I suddenly thought, oh, I did fill it up. No, I didn't. I filled up the silo. I didn't fill up the sprayer. So if I bought, I don't know, this is not ideally set out. I was thinking I could maybe fit a small grain silo here, but I don't think that's going to work. Maybe on side of the silos, silage bunkers would work. Now, the reason I say that is because we've now got 3 silage bunkers, so that's, I think, more than adequate for what we need to keep up a grass maize cycle of silage, so we never run out of any one thing. Okay. Gonna miss a bit there. Okay. So I'll run down here and then I'll sweep the rest of that headland and figure out the rest of the field from there. Awesome stuff. Okay. And even given everything we're doing here, I missed a bit there as well. I still think this spreader is probably going to be okay. The big one isn't that much bigger than this one. I mean, I think this one's 14 and the other one's about 18.5. So it's not hugely larger. But this field